favourite all-time best. Hiya Matty Connor. So fucking bizarre, honestly. Like, it was about a week and a half now. I'm standing right here and I did a review for the X-Files because I finished box 2. I'm on to box 3 now. And I even had my t-shirt. I had my X-Files t-shirt on, but I'll probably put it away. So, like, what was it? Friday or Saturday night? Friday night I released the show Welcome to the Land of the Long White Cloud, and I'd sort of nipped and tucked, and I looked at the X-Files and I was like, why is there 3 files there? And I was like, oh yeah, there's an outtake. I'm looking up the shelf and I went, hang on a minute, why is there 3? Because 1, 2, oh god, there's another ambulance. I live next to an old people's homes. Again, I take my hat off there, like, fair play to them, like, they've never stopped. Well done. Like, I don't mean that sarcastic, I'm just trying to freestyle here. I'm really confused about what the fuck's going on. So anyway, I was rendering this video and I was just like, oh, it's taking ages, this, and I just realised that I wasn't mastering a podcast. I'm just fucking ranting like fuck here, but it's the X-Files 16-minute video, right? Render, and I was just like this. I said, what the fuck's wrong with this video? And then it crashed. I was like, ugh. And it must have been where the break was. So for some reason, there's a break from me doing it, and the camera, or the transfer, has just decided, whoop, and it gets to this point and clips. So I even put missing file, X-file, and crashed on that. So I was just like, ugh. Now I haven't, after that I actually mastered another podcast, and that was fine. The podcast 2 hours long, Total Recall podcast. So it's the X-Files, it's fucked. So at any point you've seen it, I made reference to it. It looked like it was going to be there, but now I have to redo the fucking thing all over again. And I've nearly finished the next box. So this is X-Files Volume 2. It needs a case for Monica and John. It's not Mulder and Scully anymore. That's the first box. Here's the second box. So, beastly these, aren't they? So I've really enjoyed it. See, I need to have to read strips. So when I was younger and I was watching this, I was lending them off Casper. You know, when you used to get the series and video boxes like that, they were fucking huge. And I sort of lost interest around about season 4 or 5, mainly because it got out of this whole conspiracy thing, and like I didn't have time to, or didn't binge watch stuff. You know, you can pay half attention to something, then you're off to something else. But X-Files to me has really been, I found myself more comfort watching TV episodes in bed, watching movies in the editing room, and you know, it's alright if you fall asleep and I wake up. There's been a few menu screens that have been burnt into my mind. I'm sure it's not burnt on the television, because the funny thing about the X-Files is you put the disc on, the first disc always plays, and then it just sits on the menu screen. And I've really enjoyed them. Changed it up a bit. So just going back through here, Zero, Summer Demons. There's a lot of the cameos though in this. It's like the who's who. It's like who got the starting role? Shia LaBeouf, Rob Van Dam. One with Ryan Reynolds started off. It was one of the ones that started autoplay. It was him subbing his heart out. The witchcraft one. Like, that's Ryan Reynolds. And the next night, that's Ryan Reynolds. Because some nights I get really tired of you. Oh, that's Ryan Reynolds. Sometimes it would take us a long time to get through a disc of 4 episodes. Lone Gunman. Oh, Lone Gunman got killed last night. That's a new series. So yeah, the Lone Gunman had the spin-off around these times as well. So the X-Files, it seems normally like there's a 3-parter. There's like a season climax, a build to something. Then the first part of season 1 and 2 are just getting back into tricks. And then they go off and do like the little standalones, like you'll have a case where Mulder goes off and then Scully will go off, and then they get different episodes for different little bits and bobs. But again, it started building new characters. Robert Patrick coming in at this. Really enjoyed Robert Patrick. I had no idea how David Duchovny exited and came back. It's brilliant what David Duchovny's done. I think it's really good and very ambitious. I know David Duchovny's done stuff like Californication and Aquarius, is that the one? He also did Evolution and stuff. But it's really clever because he's obviously writes them, and his only appearance in, like I was watching last night, he directed her episode and has a little cameo. But the idea that the idea that he gets abducted and then he's missing for half a series, comes back, then all of a sudden he's gone. It was weird, like, so. I like it how they've done that. It's very bold to take away your main cast character, but again, it works for the story. Bring Robert Patrick in, bring Monica in. I wouldn't say Geller, it's not. Again, it's weird. Now, this box set's really weird as well because that's the last disc of the last series, but it's in the absolute box. Could they not have fitted in there? So anyway, so just flick through the episodes. As I say, there's loads of cameos. Anyone, but you know, fucking hell, it's him. Oh, fucking hell, me Burt Reynolds was in one last night, and I was like, what the fuck? I messaged Paul Ray. I was like, what the fuck's going on this fucking series? So just trying to flash back. Emily's Christmas Carol, that was a weird one. They're stuck in the haunted house. Quite original though. As a kid from Son-in-Law, Kill Switch, Patient X, Red and Black, Mind's Eyes, Crying Souls. Michael Kenner, who is in Short Circuit, I think he's quite funny. The episode where he's that. Bermuda Triangle. That's the Christmas episode then, so God knows what I was on about there. Two Fathers, One Son. Arcadia. Hey. I really enjoyed that. The Smog Monster Underneath. David Duchovny directing episodes like Trevor, the Alien. Free of a Kind. Excuse me, The Field Trip. He's Abducted. Rush. They finally get closure on his sister. But see, then they're going about David Duchovny going off to do stuff. The one what's called First Person Shooter, it's like, fucking come on, really. That's one of them episodes that kept on playing. Thief as well was quite creepy with a guy from Tremors 4. I'm trying to repeat myself with the last video. It's not going very well. Hollywood 80. Fight Club, that was insane. That's the one with Rob Van Dam and his voice is fucking dubbed. Requiem. So Mulder's been nicked. So Mulder's missing for a while. We had the guy with the 3 eyes in his fucking head. Oh God, fucking Deep Roy. So the one with the small little Indian man on his wheels. No secret. You see my new show, What the Man, What a Cloud. I'm quite open that I've had a few pooing problems. You just have to pick it up and go to the doctor and go, I've got some problems and it can sort it out. It's something you do. The episode where Deep Roy goes up the guy's bum to be smuggled from India to America, and then comes out the guy's bum, I was just like, oh. But yeah, it's a fucking creepy ass fucking episode, that's for sure. Medusa. Again, playing on the whole thing, is he alive, is he dead, is he back, when he comes back, how they find him. Closure, William's birth as well, accidents as well. I could have definitely fit an extra disc in there. But I've really been like powerly binge watching it. I've really enjoyed it. I've loved going back to it. Again, the cameos, the crossovers. I think as well, when Robert Patrick comes in and Mulder's gone, some of them episodes with a bat, and then the one where she's got the thing in her neck, I thought, yeah, they got a bit R-rated. I'm a bit surprised that the second box isn't an 18 when the first one is. But because like fucking found it really darker and creepy in that. As I say, the start of the season, wrapping up the last season, and then you get these one-off kind of stories and the creature features and all that. Been waiting for that creepy family with a woman under the bed to come back from the first series, but that's never happened. It's cool shout outs to like Tombs and stuff. But when you get in mid-season, you get these episodes where you're like, right, it's a throwaway episode almost. And same example, the Arcadia one. You intrigued, you were like, what's going on? But then there's some episodes, like, I might as well go into it as I'm saying, like, this is the next box. I'll have a part 2, because I need to order the new. I'm going to do that after I finish this video. Get X-Files the last season. But if you look at ones like this one, it starts and it's Mulder's gone and you've got the episode John Doe, Trust No One. There was the Mermaid Water Woman Killer. There was an episode last night, Providence. The one where she's lost in the hotel room. Impossible. Scary Moose Jump the Shark. That was quite a tearjerker, that one. But again, there's a great like reference to the Lone Gunman. Like, what happened to you? And there's like loads of things where what happened to him. But then if you watch the Lone Gunman, which unfortunately the Lone Gunman's last thing, it seems to be climaxing there. Now I have seen the final episode before on VHS, and they made a big deal about it when it came back. It was like a mini movie. So, but no, I've really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed it. That I've been actually like really frustrated the other night when I was like, right, nip tuck. I mean, I've been spending days making a show that involves a lot of editing, listening to a lot of audio, clicking a few things. But when you've got a review run random and you go, right, start, mid end, the outtakes, seeing the outtakes, next bit, everything else is already pre-made. You just fill in the void, nip and tuck and saving. And then I was on the phone to Brittany, and I was just like, on the screen, I was like, what the fuck's wrong with this? And like the colours started dropping out and shit, and I was like, fucking hell, it's fucked. So the outtake, I already know what the outtake is, but I will be back for a part 3. As I say, one of the things, it was just the cameos. I love some of the storylines. There's some jumpy stuff. It's really good. I think as well, it's aged great. The latter episodes when they've started bringing it a little bit CGI, like, but if you watch this, from when it was done, how it was done, the music by Mark Snow is fucking absolutely amazing. And just, I think it just aged well. I mean, it probably wouldn't get away with it now. I seen an alien. No, he didn't. Yeah, I did. Took a picture. You know what I mean? But I just love it. I love the music. I love it how, like, even though it's all been shot around Vancouver as well, you don't really never know you've seen the same place twice. But I think David Duchovny as well, how he's moved out. And again, sorry, this is review random, by the way. They didn't change the entire intro until season 8, right? So season 1 to 8 were always the same. Dun-dun-dun, spaceship rocks around, and then they started changing, like Trust No One and stuff like that. But you had the hands and the bendy face and paranormal activity. Yeah, I had that. And so then they changed it. I was like, fucking hell. So like on season 8 it changed, and I was like, fuck, new intro. Like new intro, and like David Duchovny, Gillian Anderson, Robert Patrick gets name checked. Cool. Changed a few things, Mulder falling into oblivion. And then all of a sudden they changed it again. Gillian Anderson, David Duchovny disappears, Robert Patrick. It's like, fucking hell. Then halfway through the season, started again, David Duchovny. I was like, oh, fucking hell, he's back. He wasn't even in the episode. I was like, what the fuck? Like, literally, someone just rendered that wrong. Episode after that, David Duchovny appears, didn't even get name checked. I was like, have they put the wrong fucking intro on? So they changed it again. And then on season 9, completely changed it again, but this time brand new music, dead faster, more bass, sort of reimagined a few things. Gillian Anderson, Robert Patrick, even the girl, Monica, gets a name check, and then Mitch, Walter Skinner anyway, if he's in it, he gets name checked, but then he's not always in it. So that's like, fucking hell, they made themselves a bit more complicated, but yeah. No, nearly forgot about that. I'll see you in the outtakes. I was like, no, I want the 5th one. I was like, what? Okay, so here in the outtakes, you've probably seen bits and bobs. I'm going to try and put some of the original in. There might have been a clip just before me there, but I really don't know what's happened to it. I'm blessed. Touch something, a bit of wood. That it didn't happen to one the recording of the podcast and stuff like that. But the original outtake was like looking at stuff I need to watch. The X-Files, getting that out of the way would be a big chunk. But I've been buying quite a lot, and I just had to reminisce over the TV shows. So I've got The Hunted, which I paid £1 for, which I paid 70p for my discount. It's $24.99 down to £1 on Blu-ray. One Season Wonder, never been opened. I've also got 12 Monkeys Season 2, never been opened. I did want to love the first season, and Mitch was like, oh my god, have you got Season 4? I was like, Season 4 what? And like, they seem to manufacture the 12 Monkeys, then just seem to like scrapped it, but we're up to like Season 5, I think. So it's one of the ones where, well, I didn't want to get into it, because I like TV shows that are done. I don't like that, like My Name is Earl, we'll talk about that in a minute. But like, you get to a TV show, you invest it, and then it's just done, it's just like, what the fuck? But yeah, 12 Monkeys has been a weird one. I picked up Fargo for £1 in the boot sale on Blu-ray. I probably will try and watch that. There is the first return of the X-Files up there, the event series. So that was a top shelf. On my bottom shelf up there, I've got My Name is Earl. I love My Name is Earl. I've just recently bought that back after my friend and lifetime good friend, Mr. David Pearson, borrowed it 5 years ago. Been here recently, still didn't bring it back. Never going to lend that kid anything again. But My Name is Earl, man, he just got canned, and it's just like, come on. I've got Land of the Giants, which I was revisiting probably before the X-Files. The episodes are just too damn long. Fucking brilliant for when they were made. He's an idea, he's a really good set, he's some fucking camera trickery, but just way too long. Mork and Mindy, the complete collection, it was £80 down to £15. So Stephen's discount comes down to £10.50. It even includes the Happy Days extras, the full complete collection. It's probably something I'm going to try and watch. I want to see how many episodes is in. It's a pretty cheap new box set. It's about the size of one of them X-Files. We've then got a one called Surface. If you never heard of it, it's a brilliant little TV show. It is a one-hit wonder. It literally is a prequel to Waterworld in a way. Just as some of the elements that line up near the end. It's all about finding a species in the water. Again, something I'm really into. Letting that to my friend called Mark. He never brought that back. Really good show though. It's a little kid. He's got this. It's a really good show. Watch it. The Zoo, picked that up on an offer because I needed a 2 for $20 title. Never watched it. Only ever had the one release of season 1 over here, and I think we're up to about season 5 on Netflix. Again, it's just up there. Beavis and Butthead, complete collection. Watch the first season. That normally have that on the background if I'm not paying too much attention. But there's only so much chuckling and uckling you can take of Mr. Beavis and Butthead. But it's really, really funny. Great product at the time. Deadwood, the full box set is on there as well as a new film. It's on Blu-ray as well. Need to watch that. Penny Dreadful, seen the first season, quite enjoyed it. That's another thing that's been canned, but again, it was really cheap. Justified, I bought that. That's sitting up there. Matty Connor's favourite show. I fucking love Justified. Absolutely love it. It's the main reason I bought Deadwood. Timothy Olyphant is an amazing actor, and he just delivers, you know. And that show, Justified. I remember ringing up Sky and going, I don't want Sky anymore. No, I don't want it. No. I ended up with Now TV. It was about 45 minutes later on the same phone call. And I was just flicking through and Justified popped up. And I just binge watched. It's the only TV show I've ever binge watched. And it went really, I think it was 20 quid on Zoom. Like 20 quid for the Blu-ray complete collection. I was like, fucking. So that's how that's ended up the shelf. And then Preacher. So the Preachers are up there, season 1 and 2. And they cost me £6 for the 2. Season 1 is a graphic novel and the series together. So like, it was like fucking $2.70 brand new. So then I picked up the second season. So I heard a lot of good things about it. Again though, I've been predominantly just hammering through the X-Files. Like, so second time I stood here, I think I've covered everything I covered in the first. Didn't have the X-Files. I don't fucking know where that t-shirt's gone. Probably in a wash basket or something. But yeah. Hi. As I say, then actually funny enough, the next and last episode I've got to watch of the X-Files is it's actually in there. I think I put it on last night, the last disc. Last disc before I watch I Still Believe. So Mulder's got to come back because he's on the disc, so I think it was started watching a bit of release last night, so there's 4 episodes left of 9, and I'll come back with a third part. Can't even hold the right number of fingers off. So yeah, thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.
And now the end is here.